Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another gaming-related video. Yeah, I didn't do a other media-related video last Wednesday. But that's because I didn't have any time to do it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer and my quick 2 cents on the Nintendo Switch. So I figured I was gonna just do a reaction to the trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, it's less than a minute long, so I figured just do a quick reaction and I'll talk about that. Alright, let's get into that. So apparently they only like releasing Red Dead on consoles for some reason, because it's not on the PC. Updated graphics, obviously something we're looking for. Good lighting. More wildlife, it looks like. Ooh, more different scenery than was seen in the original. That's the one thing I was hoping they'd have boats. They actually have buffalo for once. That's a new one.
Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
Oh, well. So that was pretty much it. I mean, it was it, obviously. But all I could really get from that was updated graphics. The world's probably bigger. I hope you can, use boats, which would be a slow way of getting around, but you couldn't. I don't think you could even. I don't even remember if you could even swim in the original game. But you couldn't use a boat, I know that for sure. But other than that, I mean, this might be a little, like, way out there, but maybe there'll be some, like, cooperative things you can do, because there's, like, a group of them riding together. Maybe they do a similar thing as what they did with GTA 5. I don't know if people didn't really like this, but I didn't mind it too much. The fact that there was like more than one character you could play, that would be pretty cool. And like being in the same we're thinking it's gonna be a prequel. So it's what's his name, Bill Williamson, right? I think that was his name. His gang was with John Marston was with. And speaking of John Marston, I don't know. Are they going to even get the same voice actor back? I mean, it'd be cool, but I've read an article saying that, like, a couple years ago, actually, that he stepped away from doing any sort of acting to be with his family, which, I mean, makes sense. So I hope they can get him back. Maybe someone that sounds like him. Maybe because he's younger. Maybe they'll get a different a voice actor. But I'm also wondering how they're going to make it seem like the character is good, because you could kind of, well, the thing in the first one is you were kind of forced to be good, meaning if you like shot random people, you definitely got your notoriety definitely went up in terms of not very positive notoriety, but I hope they can do that. I know they're gonna have a great story, because Rockstar always writes good ones, good stories, and there really isn't a whole lot more to say about it. I hope there is one little thing. It's kind of really a minor thing, but the Lamont revolver was a revolver that had nine chambers in it, if I'm saying it right. But in real life, that gun actually has another one in the center where you can put a small shotgun slug. So maybe that could be a secondary firing weapon. And there's been a lot of people, a lot of articles. Because if you didn't know, the show Westworld, the new show that came out, is pretty much like a show about a simulation of a Western world where people from like the real world can go in and act like it's a real Western world. Hence the name Westworld. So a lot of people are comparing this and Westworld a lot, being like, oh, people will be able to live out their fantasies in this. But it's funny because the Red Dead Redemption original one. Not Red Dead, but not Red Dead Revolver. I mean Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Revolver doesn't really count with the rest of them, I don't think. But it was like 6 years ago, so I mean you could still do that. But it's just with the relevancy of the times. You know, this show happens to be out that kind of seems like a video game, which I did a video on that earlier. So like the show that seems like it's a video game in the Western setting, and then we have a Western video game coming out. So overall, there's really not a whole lot we've seen. I mean, literally, it's exactly like the first GTA 5 teaser we saw. Just some narration, some shots of general things that don't really show really much of what you can do. There is, however, looking like there's more wildlife in this, so maybe you can do some fishing too. I mean, that kind of sounds boring, but at least it's something else. So I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not gonna pre-order it. I mean, just don't pre-order games anymore. And that'll lead me to talking about another reveal. I'm not gonna react to the trailer, but the Nintendo Switch. And let me start with the name itself. People are like, "Oh, the NX was so much cooler." It's like, well, think about it. What the heck does NX even mean? Well, the closest thing I could think of it meaning would be next, like Nintendo Next, NX. I mean, that's a dumb name. I'm just gonna say it. I think NX was a dumb name. I think Switch is a much better name actually, because you can switch from home console to mobile console. And there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, but it's just a tablet with two controllers." True, but it's Nintendo games. It's the Nintendo games that you played on the Wii. The Wii U. Which, by the way, I hope people know this without even saying it, but the Switch, I mean, you can't put discs into it. I think that's obvious. The only medias you can put into it are 3DS games. It looked like it from the trailer. And hopefully SD cards, maybe micro SD cards, because they got to have the memory somehow. And all I'll say, other than that, in the NX itself, whether it's worth it or not, whether it'll be good or not, is if its hardware is not just better than the Wii U, but much better than the Wii U. So, because at that point, say you're on a plane like they showed, as long as you have an outlet, you could just bring your Wii U and be able to use discs, actually, which you might not want to anyway, because you download half your stuff. But I mean, looking at my Wii U right now, I can just be like, okay, it's just like probably maybe 3 times the weight. But all you need is the power brick, the console, and the controller, and a USB to the gamepad charger. So you can just plug all of it in one slot anyway. And here's the thing: you would need an outlet anyway, because if the battery only lasts 3 hours, is what I've heard on the NX, then it's like, and they show Skyrim. Who plays Skyrim for just less than 3 hours? Plus, looking at the trailer, I've heard someone else say, and I finally noticed it, that the games were lagging. And why would you show that if it's a trailer? Normally trailers make things look better from their final release. All I'm saying is, from the beginning, when I found out about this, I was kind of upset because I thought they'd make it so you would have to play games on that. Like, there would be console exclusives to that. Which I don't think it'd be smart for Nintendo to do that. But all I'm saying now is I wouldn't get it. I don't think you should get it if you have a Wii U. Because if the new Zelda game is going to be on the Wii U, then, what's the point? So that's kind of how I feel about it right now. What's the point? And of course, when we learn about new features that come by, then I'll definitely take a look at it, and maybe I'll change my opinion. Hopefully I will, because Nintendo really needs help. But I think the controllers are cool. The concept that you can have 2 controllers and take them off and have them be 2 separate controllers, that's pretty cool, actually. So, and speaking of controllers, I hope they make it so they keep the other Wii U peripherals. Again, I think they'll do that because it's smart. And that's pretty much it for this. I'm talking about Nintendo Switch and the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. So, what were your thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2? You want to get it? You want to pre-order it? You really want to pre-order it? And what's your thoughts on Nintendo Switch? Would you get it? Are you waiting for anything else to come out? So, that's it. Please remember to share the video and just to get other people, talking about it if they've like, heard about it. I mean, I just want to hear their thoughts, hear your thoughts. So leave a comment then, and please like the video, and I'll see you all next time. Hopefully I'll do something Wednesday. It may not be something all of you will like, but it's something I enjoy very much so, and either you might like it, or at least you'll find it funny, cringeworthy in a funny way. So that'll be about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.